Why would I make a Game Boy Color game in 2025? If that sounds cool to you, you already know why. Hello, it's me, Adam, your close personal friend who has been working on a new RPG for the Game Boy Color called Gumball and Trick or Treat Land. The big announcement today is that Gumball will be available in a cartridge form and on Steam February 19th. If you've been following closely, you may know that I wrapped most of the development and the design process back in the spring of this year, so the last few months have really been devoted to porting and QA. I work with a really cool publisher called Megacat Studios for this design. They've been super instrumental in getting this thing off the ground, and it's just so awesome that they specialize in new games for old hardware, which is what I'm into. Promoting a project like this is tough because it's really, really niche. If you're following along, chances are you're one of the freaks like me who's still into the Game Boy Color in 2025. If you're new to the homebrew scene or new retro games in general, you should know that I'm one of many freaks who thought it would be a good idea to make a game for some long defunct piece of hardware. I think one thing that retro heads tend to share in common is an affinity for physical media, and also an attachment to the designs that had to adhere to the tech specs of old hardware and made creative decisions in doing so, and have since been left by the wayside. But that's what indies are here for, to keep those vibes alive. And it's because of that affinity for physical media that I'm really, really excited Gumball is getting an actual cartridge release. It's something that I always dreamed of being able to do when I was a kid. I never ever thought I would get to make something for the Game Boy. It's just a ridiculously cool thing that I'm very lucky to be able to do. While Gumball was in development, I was mostly offline for years, accepting some occasional TikToks. If you've ever tried to promote something online, you know that it takes a long time. It's difficult to do. I would rather just be head down developing right now. I'm actually working on another game, which I can't tell you anything about yet, but I think you guys are gonna like it. And yeah, the promotional side of things is really truly my least favorite part of the process. But as a new indie developer in 2025, unless you're very, very lucky, this is what you've got to do to get your work out there. So thanks for being with me on this journey so far. If you're discovering the project through this video, welcome. If you've been meaning to check out the demo but haven't yet, you should go to gumballgame.com to play a version that'll run in the browser on your phone or on your computer. There's a longer demo on Steam that you can also play absolutely for free. You should wishlist it on Steam, and you should follow this account and the other socials that I've been trying to keep going here. If the algorithm has brought you here, you should check out Gumball and Trick or Treat Land. Demo's available now, full release coming February 19th. Follow along to see what it's like to release your first indie game.